What is up, party people? Welcome to another episode of Press Play Again. I am your host, as always, Bailey. And joined with me is the ever so lovely Matt Austin and Omar Zaki.
We're
Just
back, baby.
jamming. Omar's jamming over there.
Haven't-
Jamming your voice.
They haven't shut us down yet, guys.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So yeah, we're here to discuss one of our movies for the week, which was my pick, and I picked 12 Monkeys. It was a what? Wait, what's a good monkey pun? Was a hanging good time. Nope, that's not. Monkeys in a barrel.
0 for 2. She's
Some-
getting there.
Something like that. So yeah, we just watched like literally this morning. Me and Matt watched it this morning and Omar watched it last night. But
Nope, I
none
watched it 2 hours ago.
no, 2 hours
Damn.
ago. I thought you watched it last night for some reason.
I started it last night.
Oh, you're
It was
one of
crazy.
those
Drove me
great-
bananas.
Oh, there you
See?
go. That one was good.
Perfect. Damn it. I don't know why I yelled out monkeys in a barrel like an idiot.
Never heard of
Hey, monkeys in a barrel.
that.
It's those things, you know the monkeys where you connect the red and they connect their paws,
Yeah, monkeys in a
There.
barrel.
hands? Wait, what do monkeys have opposable
Hands,
thumbs?
dude.
So they're hands.
Bailey,
okay.
they're almost like us.
Yes.
You're right. We're their descendants.
Did you see Brad Pitt in this movie? He was basically
Ah.
a monkey.
Oh,
He was not a-
Lordy.
He was great. The funny thing is, okay, we're gonna go into our first initial takes of this movie. I think Omar hated this movie. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I feel like he probably hated this
Why?
movie.
Because of my
Because
text?
Because last night he texted us and he was like, "Why the hell is there a lion on the?"
Keep in mind, I hadn't seen any trailers. I haven't read anything about
Well,
the movie. I
you
had no
must
idea
have
what
just
the
not
fuck was
read the
Nothing.
beginning
happening.
text
No.
of the
Oh.
movie because it
Look,
literally explains it, and you
I'm
were
the
like,
type of
"Why the hell is
person
there a lion on the?"
That doesn't read
the
directions to anything or instructions or introductions.
So when a movie
Nothing.
starts with a crawl, Omar's just like, get the shit out of here. Get me to the the
Reading.
picture.
Oh, that's why we're a movie podcast.
Yep, there we go. Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like a bit of a phony talking about this movie just because I think this is one of those movies that I would have needed to maybe watch 2 more times to really appreciate it for what it was and even talk about it. Maybe I'm the only one, but I was super duper fucking confused. I'm not gonna lie to you, like super.
Well, yeah, I can see why, honestly.
Yeah, but honestly, and I probably once again am the only one in the group. I'm not really. And look, I understand Brad Pitt is a great actor. I understand Bruce Willis is a great actor. But
Get
here's
that
the
shit out
thing.
of here.
Here's
Don't
the thing.
even
No,
don't
listen,
even
listen.
finish your
I've never,
sentence.
bro, broski, listen. You know how there's
Broski.
just some actors or actresses that you know are good, like you understand they're good, but you're just like not a fan of them.
No,
Oh,
no,
dude.
I don't understand. that feeling
I've
with
never
Brad
been like a
Pitt.
Brad Pitt fan.
Ugh.
I've just never been. I mean,
Have
I
you
look, I
watched the
understand.
Ocean's movies?
Absolutely not. I've never.
Dude, you gotta. That's like where he shines.
Really?
It's like his
Well,
suaveness.
let
There's
me-
something
Yeah,
about
but
it. He's
if
always
Let me say
eating.
this. Let me say this. He shined in this fucking movie. I thought he
you
was great
psycho.
in this fucking movie. I am a Brad Pitt fan now. After this movie, 100%.
Really?
Dude, he was
Okay.
like, yeah. And actually, a quick fun fact for you guys:
Oh, fun
Um,
fact guy.
the director
Hang on.
was a bit worried that he wouldn't be able to pull off the role. You know
'Cause
how
it's too
nervous
pretty.
and just all over the place. Well, that too. So Brad Pitt at the time was a smoker. Okay, so the whole thing was he couldn't smoke the whole time he was making this movie.
Oh wow.
And that really inspired him, kind of like, like the whole jumpy all over the place kind of thing. It was him pretty much like having
Oh.
withdrawals. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh,
so-
that's kind of tight.
Yeah.
So wait, did they did that on purpose so he'd go
Yes,
through
sir.
withdrawals?
Yeah, because the director once again was worried that he wouldn't be able to pull off that role that well. Because keep in mind, this movie came out in
95?
98, 95?
95,
Okay.
yeah.
So obviously Brad Pitt at that point wasn't what he is today, right? Like he was still kind of
Yeah,
like,
he sucked. He was a fucking dirt
wow.
bag.
Well, okay. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, man, crazy.
So did you like it?
Like's a strong word.
That's a very strong word. I thought it was interesting. Look, there's things I really
Interesting.
liked about it, right? Like Brad Pitt, I really liked in the movie. I really liked the camera angles.
Was it just too weird?
Once again, I feel like I needed to see this movie like 1 or 2 more times.
I get that.
Yeah,
Anything
it-
with time
just too much.
travel,
Yeah. That's my whole thing.
it
So
always makes it weird.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about it? It was everyone's first time watching it, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
all
Okay.
we both all of us saw it for the first time.
Let's hear it. What do you
What do
guys
you
think?
think, Matt?
I loved it. I'm with
Wow.
Omar where it's a super weird movie. I think watching it like I could already go back and watch it again. Like I mean, it's kind of a long movie, so I wouldn't like
Mhm.
sit down and watch it tonight. But I think there's enough there where it's like absolutely like it demands like a repeat viewing for sure. But no, I was like the whole movie. I thought this shit was like super interesting. I thought Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt for that matter were just like riveting.
Mhm.
Like the entire movie. Who's the chick that plays the girl? I can't remember her name.
The other doctor.
Yeah, the doctor, the
Let
good doctor.
me look it up. 'Cause
But
I don't
but
remember.
she was great.
Catherine, that was her name.
Yes.
Happy.
She was really good too. So like I felt like the whole kind of cast carried this movie, and yeah, it was just fucking weird. Like
So weird.
to watch a movie
Like in a good way.
I like I've always had a soft spot for like disaster movies, I guess. And most of them
What a
kind of
weirdo.
suck. I know that is weird, right? A soft spot.
They do. Like
I
anything
sound like
that
a fucking
usually
asshole.
involves the end of the world is always like so much CGI and shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and just so many of them just don't feel that smart. They're almost just like junk food movies. But I
This
like.
was a smart movie. I agree.
Yeah, I like when they take the whole kind of disaster thing and just make a more interesting story about it. They're not just showing the world kind of like going to shit and like explosions and action all over the place. It's more like a
Mhm.
smart like plot of like, okay, so they're gonna go back in time, and they kind of say right off the bat, right, like there is no saving the world. Like no, the past is like static. It can't change.
Yeah.
We can't fix this pandemic that killed.
They're just trying to
like,
figure
so
out
many
how it
people.
happened.
Yeah, we want to figure
Or
out how it
trace it.
happened so we can come out with a vaccine and like maybe the future
God,
doesn't
all
have to
too
continue to
real.
die. Yeah, I was gonna say
with everything
very,
going on.
very crazy to look at this now, even though it's a different type of pandemic. But Jesus
Right,
Christ,
right.
Is it? No, I'm kidding.
It almost makes you think that if we didn't have a vaccine by now, we'd have fucking lines on
I
rooftops.
was gonna say,
just fucking
what's that? I
roaring.
see monkeys flying around outside my window. COVID, man.
They sprouted wings.
But yeah, I loved it, and even like what Omar said with like the camera angles and stuff, I thought all that was
That was
used
super
really,
cool, man.
really
Yeah.
smart to make you
Mhm.
feel uneasy. Like I tell you what, the last 30 minutes of this movie, I had a stomach ache. I don't know if I drank too much coffee. I don't know if
Really?
What was
made
going on?
What made it hurt your stomach?
I was just tense, man. I was like watching this, and obviously we'll get into it, but like he keeps kind of visualizing that dream over and over again.
Mhm.
And once they step into the airport, you're like, oh fuck, this is like all this is
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to play out, and just like anticipating how that was gonna happen. This fucking dude getting on the plane and telling the security guard, "Hey, sniff this
Jesus.
disease vial." You know what I
Dude.
mean? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The virus stuff, I felt so you loved it, you said.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it
Okay.
exceeded expectations. I know I keep coming on these podcasts and saying like these movies are all amazing, but this was really good. I
Because we
really
picked
liked it.
them. We're like, oh, we can be biased. I'm like somewhere in the middle of y'all. Like, I wouldn't say I loved it, or maybe I did. I feel like I hella enjoyed this like so much.
All right, that's not in the middle because I didn't even like it. I'll be honest.
Oh, well, I like enjoyed. I think it's like love and like and dislike are all hard for me to say just because like I enjoyed it so much. Like
Mhm.
regardless, I was like entertained, and the thing is I kept trying to think like would I enjoy it this much if we weren't going through something right now similar to this?
Uh-huh.
Like it felt so real in the movie because like all of a sudden like back in 1995 or whenever the movie came out, I can't actually remember when it came. Oh, 1995. So whenever the movie came out, I feel like that the premise of this movie felt like it could never actually happen.
Yeah.
Whereas now when you're watching it, you're like, there's just like that sinking gut feeling that you're like, oh my God. Like it, not that it is escalated to this, but it
This
could
is
have.
years ahead of schedule.
Right, right. So it just that kind of thing I just found so interesting with watching this
Mhm.
movie. Funnily enough. Remember last week when I was like, "Oh, I'm picking this movie because my brother's been suggesting that I watch this forever and he wants me to watch it, so I'm going to do it." I texted him this morning being like, "Look what I watched." And I showed him. He was like, "Oh, cool." And I was like, "Yeah, like I finally did it." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I've never seen it. I watched the show though."
Wait,
and I was
what?
like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God."
I wanted to get into that with you guys because yeah, there's a TV show that came out
I didn't
kind
know
of
that.
recently.
Yeah,
actually.
and he
Really?
watched the freaking show. He didn't even watch the movie.
So wait, why has he been like asking us to watch it?
He hasn't. He was just telling me about the show.
Oh,
But it's called the same thing. So I
So-
didn't know.
So I know this is kind of getting off topic, but is how related is the show to the movie?
It's the same universe, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't
Okay.
But
ask him
like it
too
takes
much
place
about it.
afterwards or something?
I
It's
honestly
on.
don't know.
It's
I'm
a
not too sure.
TV series on sci-fi.
That's the thing. Like, if I talk too much to him about it, he's gonna just continuously tell
Yeah.
me to watch it, and I don't want to add it to my list.
No, I
So-
think it. I don't think it takes place. I think it's almost a reboot, but as a movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's time traveling plot blah blah loosely adapting the 1995 film of the same name, and they have different actors and actresses playing the same characters, James Cole and Dr. Cassandra.
Okay.
So
okay. That sounds
interesting. I might need to go watch this.
Who's in
Yeah.
it? Anyone we know?
Aaron Stanford. I don't know
Solid.
who this guy is.
He seems like a good guy.
Best
So
known
cool.
for his roles as Pyro in X2.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Oh,
And-
that
Any
guy?
X-Men movie.
And Amanda Schull.
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
One Tree Hill, Pretty Little Liars.
Oh,
Pretty
that's
Little Liars.
why.
Good show.
Got it.
Good shit.
I was gonna say
highly
One Tree Hill.
recommend.
Yeah, so we might have to check
Um,
out this TV show.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I, unlike Omar, have like a huge love for Brad Pitt. Just literally anything he's in, he just charms like my shoes.
He's a good
right
looking
off the
guy.
feet.
He's a good looking lad.
It's not even that. He's just charming. And he's like, I don't know, there's something about him that like I've always thought he was a good actor. Plus, I'm a huge fan, I already said, of the Oceans movies.
Yeah.
Even like
I
back
guess I
with
need to
like
watch
Rat
those.
Pack and stuff. So when I watched them as a kid, I used to say it was like my favorite trilogy was the Oceans.
No,
movies.
you still say that.
I do still say that, but like it's kind of changed. I more just say it like as like it was just something I loved when I was growing up, and my mom loved it. I love heist movies. I can't help it. It just
Okay.
it's like in me.
They are good.
But
heist
him
movies.
and George Clooney, maybe I should just make y'all watch all of them, and that can
Oh
be
my
like what we
God.
talk about.
Wait, have you never seen him, Matthew?
I've
seen
made him
the-
watch the first two,
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen the
How many
first two.
are there?
3. Well, unless you count
Ocean
Ocean's
Eight?
8, but I don't really count
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
so
sure.
I'm sure
I
it's
gotcha.
great or whatever, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
But yeah, so I loved him in this movie because you don't get to see Brad Pitt like go off the wall crazy
You
kind of
don't
thing.
usually get
like,
to see Brad Pitt act like a monkey, like in
Right.
most of his movies.
yeah,
So this was
like
nice.
he just
No, I
acts
thought it was great, man.
actually insane. And I think Bruce Willis. Okay, let's just dive in. I
Let's
like
do it.
Bruce Willis in this movie. I don't get why at some point he gets like super rapey and like super intense for no reason. I'm just like, the woman like was helping you, and yes, you are having to convince her that you're time traveling, but why in such like a forceful tie her to a bed kind of way?
Yeah.
And I think
He's-
that's something that they would
It's,
do
it's
in movies a lot.
1995. you know?
That's the thing. I think they did that a lot in older movies,
Yeah.
and like it was okay and got
Yeah.
away with it. You couldn't do that unless like the person was a bad guy. Like
right.
I was gonna
and-
say that's something with when you go back and watch older movies like this. Just I think a product of the times. Like obviously, I think if the movie came out like this now, this would be looked at more just like whoa, because it almost makes you like. It's hard to like even root for somebody when they're like
Mhm.
thankfully in the movie it's not like anything happens with that, but I was with you. I was like he's coming off a little
thing, I
crazy
guess
here.
being a woman, like I'm like, okay, so you're supposed to believe that these two people fall
Yeah, they
in
then
love
fall
and
in
like
love.
that she wants to be with him, and I'm like, no. Like if a man's doing that to me,
No.
I'm literally like pissing myself. I'm so scared. So like I
But-
don't get why she would all of a sudden fall in love with him, but then again, like it felt very Joker Harley Quinn esque, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I kind of get it.
Plus, then they end up. I mean, she realizes that he's not
Not
insane,
crazy.
most
Right.
likely, and
It definitely helps. It was just like that one stretch of like them doing the whole in the car thing and him kidnapping her. Like that whole thing, I was like, why is he not just like he tie her down, okay, but then just like calmly explain to her, like, please just listen. Like, I don't know. I feel like
Listen
there
to
was a
me.
better way to
I'm
have
trying to save the
conversation.
world, woman.
Okay. I guess. Yeah. I mean, no. Like, I was just super confused with watching this movie, but I do have a couple of questions, right? So we are all on the board. Well, you guys are on the side where you believe that. So obviously, it wasn't the 12 monkeys, right?
Right.
That were responsible. What do you guys think? Because I have a theory, and I obviously it's just completely fucking wrong because I was
No.
super confused by
What's
this
your
movie.
theory?
That was a scientist. Okay. And the only reason I think it was the scientists that
The
are
girl?
behind it. dude, just like the whole team of scientists,
The ones
because
that are
every
in the
time.
future.
Oh,
Yes, let me tell you why. Because every time he got sent back to the wrong fucking time.
yeah.
Okay, and I think that was done on purpose. Now, of course, I can't
Well,
confirm that,
well.
but
Also, I don't know if you realized, but the lady that I can't remember his name. The guy that's carrying the toxin around with him at the end and getting the
mhm.
dude to try to smell it.
Yeah, yeah,
When he sits down next to the lady,
yes,
that's
yeah,
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 she's
yeah.
one of the scientists.
Right,
Right.
right, right.
So
She's the woman scientist. So I get what you're going for. I didn't like connect the dots with the time travel thing. I more just was like every time they show an old white man scientist in this movie, they all look the same.
they
Well,
do.
that and the fact that when they one of the times when they send him back to World War, what was it, one or
One,
two? I'm not really too
I
good with
think
history yet, and he gets shot. It almost seemed like they sent him there on purpose.
it's yeah. I mean, they don't really
Oh, to
get
like
into
kill him?
Yeah, dude, to get rid of
That
his
makes
ass.
sense.
yeah. They
That
don't.
I
makes
don't know.
sense.
Once again, I was super
But
confused by this movie.
his friend Jose or whatever his name, I think his
Jose.
name was Jose, just like keeps getting sent to and like just they're like bouncing
Yeah, yeah,
around in
yeah.
different like dimensions and I'm like, "What?" And
Yeah,
then like
Nah, man,
he
weird
somehow
fucking movie,
finds
dude.
him. He's naked and somehow finds Jose in the middle of this battlefield and I'm like, that's like the movie magic kind of thing where I guess
Yeah,
you're just
yeah, yeah.
supposed to it was supposed to connect the dots for her to see the picture eventually of like naked Bruce Willis just like they loved showing everyone's ass in this
Oh, dude,
movie.
loved it. Probably my
Like,
we
favorite
got
part of the
we
movie,
got a couple
honestly.
dick shots too.
Did we?
did
Yeah,
did we?
yeah. When Bruce Willis was, I think it was it in World War One? It was, I think
I
so. When
didn't
he
see
got,
a dick.
I definitely saw a dick. I saw
I'm
his
gonna
dick.
need to rewatch this movie, man.
Yeah,
I
But
missed a
man.
lot.
the
I
ass
think it was at the
stuff,
middle.
it's like every second they got to show Bruce Willis's. And then when they showed Brad Pitt's, they made sure only to show it once, but to
Yeah,
linger on it for
yeah,
like
Oh
a
yeah.
yeah.
solid 3 minutes. And I
It was
was just
nice.
like,
It was nice.
Say they're
okay.
like, this is what the people want, so let's give it to them.
Hey, but
Um, what was I gonna say? But uh, the scientists, they, because I'm with you. Somebody said something about like how like they all just started to look the same, and I remember too
they
being like,
did.
Like in the movie?
and
Yeah.
even
Oh, I
All
even
the
remember that.
old white scientists, like they all looked the same.
and even
Uh-huh.
towards the beginning, like the parallels between like the ones in 1990, the first
Yeah,
time they fucked up, and like he's talking to a panel of like I guess they're
yeah,
psychiatrists at
yeah,
that point, but like
yeah.
my brain's like mixing them all up, and then I'm like, oh, I guess the futuristic ones have like the weird looking goggles and shit.
Right.
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
all just reminiscent of the same thing, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's interesting though tracking like where he went because at the beginning it
Yeah.
like I don't know, like obviously when the movie first starts it's a little bit confusing, but then you kind of see like oh they keep fucking him up and sending him to the wrong one because he was
Uh-huh.
supposed to go to 96 right off the bat, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
Yeah,
went to
and he starts.
90.
Yeah, Wait, he started with 90 or 95?
He started with
90.
90.
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. And then they do end up sending him to 96.
the
Yeah,
second time.
Right.
eventually.
The second
Well,
time, yeah.
I thought they sent him to 90 the first time and then to like 18 whatever uh, the second time and then he just automatically ends up in 96.
18. Oh, you
Or
mean
what
For World
World
War.
War One?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
thought
like
that was it? No,
or
I don't know.
1920.
yeah, it's
I'm sorry.
1920.
It was 1920. But I thought I don't know, I was like
World
it's
War
in the
One of
You need a fucking
1800s.
history class, dude. Yeah, no, man. There's just so much like happened in this movie, and like I said, okay, so like I wouldn't recommend this movie to anyone just because I feel like
Hey, we saved the
hold up.
recommendations for the
No. That's not what I'm doing. Like I'm not doing the whole rating thing or whatever. I'm just saying just trying to smoothly fit it into the conversation. I wouldn't recommend this to someone until I've seen it multiple times to really be able to recommend the movie and tell them like why it's good and why they should watch it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like an older movie, and even though I like the way it was shot, there's a lot of people like, dude, I tried to get Jay to watch the original Blade Runner, which is an amazing movie, and she couldn't make it like 20 minutes into it just because of how old and stuff it looks, you know.
Try to
This
get her to watch
reminded
this.
me a lot of
Definitely,
this.
yeah. So I just some people don't like that, kind of
Mhm.
stuff, like the way it's shot or just that old look feeling. So I feel like I would need more of a foundation or more of an understanding of this movie to really
Yeah.
recommend it to someone. I mean,
And
it's an experience for sure, but
that's the thing. I feel like it's like we all really love movies. I love
yeah,
older movies and I like
same,
being
same.
able to see like I feel like watching this movie, I was like I feel like there's so many movies that got ideas from this movie.
Right.
Because I feel like this was one
Fucking
of the
Fight
first
Club
movies.
almost seems like
I
it.
I want
Well,
to say,
Did
wait,
Fight
what?
Club?
that
Fight Club came out after this, right? I can't remember.
Pretty sure it came
yeah.
out in 1996. I think, or 1998 or something like that.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
don't
Yeah.
know. What was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, I feel like this is one of the first movies, at least for me, because I guess I haven't seen as many old movies, where the ending isn't necessarily like a good happy ending.
Yeah. No,
Oh
it's like
yeah.
Um,
bad.
It literally
Like
just like
they
so I'm
don't
saying,
closes
I
it.
solve
think,
it.
yeah, but I think this is like one of the first movies of that kind to
Hmm.
really do that, because for the most part, movies, I think maybe in the early or like late 80s, early 90s usually had like a good, some sort of like happily ever after. Whereas
Right.
now it's, I guess, more common to see because it's, it's like a twist or whatever to like have a horrible ending, or you know. So yeah, no, I really like that. I really, that was probably my favorite part of the movie. Just
The
how it
end.
ends. Yeah, no, honestly,
No,
not
I
the
get
fact that it
trust me,
ended.
I get that. Trust me, I
Yeah.
get that though, because I thought it was cool that like d did y'all think okay, so we see the flashbacks, which end up being flash forwards for
You're
him.
talking about the dreams?
Yeah, but I guess they're dreams. I kept on just considering them flashbacks, and then the
Uh-huh.
whole time I'm watching the movie, and every time it comes on, I'm like, "This feels so reminiscent of when Batman's parents get killed," and you just like it
Ah, yeah,
drills
yeah,
it
yeah.
into
The
you
slow
over and
mo.
Yeah.
over and over.
I love the music that they played for the
Oh, the
dreams.
theme?
Dude,
The
so
theme
good.
for this movie
Yeah.
was great. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Oh, so good.
Apparently you can't find the music for this movie like on iTunes or Amazon Music, or how like whichever platforms. Because I was
That's
listening to like an interview earlier or something. They were saying like you've got to go to fucking eBay to find the soundtrack or
that's
some
funny,
bullshit.
Omar. Yeah, I agree. I can't find this anywhere.
Yeah.
We can't
Are
hear
are
it.
you trying to play something?
Oh, you can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, it's picking up on mine at least. The folks back home will get to hear it. No, it was just
Good.
the theme.
Oh, that's crazy.
I can't
Yeah.
get it turned off. No, it was on
Oh,
Spotify. I don't know if the rest
almost
of the
heard it.
music is or not, but that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
um,
But
but
yeah.
oh god, I keep forgetting what I'm. This movie's making me go insane.
I mean, dude, there's so much shit, man.
That's
So
the
much shit
thing. I
about it.
feel like this definitely wasn't what I was expecting. Like I didn't
Yeah.
expect Brad Pitt to just be like
Looney.
I think they like played it well in a sense that they're like, okay, if we're gonna go all this way, he needs to just be completely crazy. He can't be like kind of crazy and in a mental institution, but like be able to like be normal. And he can't be. And they had like the weird contact in his eye to like really
Like
drive to
lazy eye, whatever. Yeah.
that he's like crazy. But he was so like not what I'm used to seeing with him, which I super enjoyed seeing that. Bruce Willie, as I like to say, always like this. Like he always plays this kind of character, I
Well,
feel.
hold up, hold
But
up, hold up, hold up. I got a quick fun fact for you. Bruce Willis was
shoot it.
told to take every role he's done so far,
Uh-huh.
okay, and ignore everything he did in it. The
Interesting.
director literally told him, "I don't want any of your cliche, like any of your cliche
Get
roles,
your
whatever."
fucking bullshit out of here.
Which is
Well, dude, here,
funny
why?
because he says he like
He
I
makes a
don't did
reference
Sixth
to.
Sense come out before this or
No,
after
it
this?
came out after this. So
Okay,
that
yeah. That's weird then because he does the like I don't see dead people or something. He says
yeah.
something along the lines of that in the movie, and I was like, "What the hell?" I guess this is just like a shout out to Sixth Sense. And then I was like, "Wait, he's like, I don't know if this was before or after." So that's weird that it was before then.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I was looking it up. It's just like a coincidence basically cuz yeah, Sixth Sense believe came out after this.
That's crazy because
I
I
thought
feel like
it was
he
old.
acted like
Let me see.
himself. I feel
Um
like he acted like a little bit crazier, but for the
Of
most
course.
part, I was like, I feel like he's just like the overprotective brute guy, and that's what he
Hmm.
usually plays.
well no,
So
the thing that I realized too because this movie came out in like 95, there's a lot of Bruce Willis's stoic
older
career that
work.
came out after. Like I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
thinking of like Unbreakable, wasn't that 99? Cuz
yeah,
he kind of plays a similar poor Bruce
character
Willis
in
in
that.
both of these movies just getting fucking going through crazy shit, but you know what I mean? Like it's kind of the same thing in that
No, yeah,
movie.
you're
So
right.
I almost think
Actually, I guess that was ignorant of me to say because I can't say I've seen enough of his
Mr.
Or
older
an
work.
Willis.
ignorant person.
I know I'm just full of ignorance, but at least I'll admit it.
That's good. That's
But
good.
yeah, that's to me. It's like it almost seems like he drew on this movie maybe for some of the stuff that
Yeah,
came out
yeah,
after,
that makes
which is
sense.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool, man. Apparently, yeah, a lot of actors, I think the main cast took a huge pay cut. Actually, Bruce Willis wasn't even paid until the movie made profit. Like he wasn't paid while they were filming this movie or prior. just to be able to work with the director. And director really wanted to, like, I guess, put more of the money towards like how the movie looked and production. And yeah, I thought that was interesting because I
Who's
think
the director?
the director
Oh,
is, let me
Terry
see,
Gilliam.
that guy. Yeah,
That guy.
Yes.
yeah. So apparently he didn't
Brazil.
have anything to do with the
Oh,
script.
Monty
Actually, I
Python.
think
That makes sense.
I
Oh, that
think I
makes
Yeah.
think
so much sense.
I think for the script, I think one of the guys that wrote Blade Runner was actually involved in the script for this movie,
I saw
if
the
I'm not mistaken.
screenplay
Hmm.
writers. They're either married or brother and sister. Oh yeah, no, they were for Blade Runner. That makes
Yeah.
so much sense too
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
because
yeah. So
a
Yeah.
that's
lot of
pretty
this
cool.
movie reminded me of that.
Yeah, yeah,
David
yeah.
Webb
Um,
Peoples.
which I like that. I like movies that make you think. If it's
Yeah, no, no, for sure.
convoluted, I'm
Yeah,
gonna like it.
I
So
agree.
I
I
just
like and I enjoyed this because of that. Because although it didn't confuse me too much when I was watching it, by the end, especially when he sits down with like on the flight with one of the doctors, I'm like, oh shit, was she like a part of this kind of thing?
You
And she
you wanna
wasn't.
know?
Also, she said she's in insurance, and I was like, but you're a doctor, so like, I don't understand.
Who's lying here? Yeah, apparently so Universal and the director got into like an argument about the ending. Universal really wanted him to change it to where it was a happy ending, and he fought like he was like, "Fuck
I
no!"
love
Like,
that.
I'm taking
I
this to the
love it.
grave. Yeah. So yeah, man,
Oh, dude,
wild.
I love when we get to watch movies and we see the old like logos pop up before the movie, like the old
Yeah,
Universal
yeah,
That's
logo
yeah.
pop
cool.
up, and I
That's
was
really
like,
cool.
I love this. I miss it.
I liked
I don't
those.
know why. It always gets me excited.
I thought the intro credits too were really cool because they
Mhm,
were
They were.
not like anything, just that red like circle of the red monkey or the
mhm.
12 monkeys thing, and then the credit scrolling sideways. That was really cool.
I also super dug the fact that it wasn't the 12 monkeys that did it, and it
Yeah.
like the 12 monkeys ended up just being like this activist group. Like it wasn't. They were just like
You-
they were putting "we got away with it" or "we did it" or something. They put "we did it" like everywhere. So I guess everyone was like, "Oh, they did it."
You guys want to know how fucking stupid I am, dude? I literally, once again, I had no idea what this movie was about. I was expecting some sort of like fucking Planet of the Apes type of shit. Like, I thought it was
I
actual
knew
monkeys.
that's what you would
I'm
have
not
thought.
gonna lie to you. I swear to God, dude. I was waiting for the monkeys to pop up the entire movie.
Yeah,
And
monkeys completely irrelevant
You just
to
had a bunch
anything
of-
in this movie.
You just had a bunch of people like slowly exhibiting monkey-like traits. Like I kept
Brad
thinking
Pitt.
that all of them were gonna end up being monkeys, but it was
Yeah,
more
towards
just
the end.
like symbolic. But it's like obviously Brad Pitt was acting a lot like a
Oh, dude, he was like straight up, man.
But
It was just
the head doctor at the kind of
his dad.
psychiatric asylum when they go and look at not his dad
Oh, okay. No, I get what you're saying.
when in 1990, right, when they
Mhm,
tie
mhm.
Bruce Willis
Yeah.
up and then they go in the room and he's gone because he obviously went back to the future. And then when he's sitting there looking at the shackles and everything, and he just kind of sits there and does this thing with his mouth, he's just kind of like, and I was like, what is going on right now? They're all fucking monkeys.
What was that voice he kept hearing when he was locked up? Because if you
Homeless
guys,
guy?
yeah, what the fuck? Like, what
I
was
didn't
that
really
voice? Like,
understand that part either.
are we supposed to know who that is? Like, is that his fucking self-conscious?
I think
And
so. I
he's seeing it
think
through a
Well,
fucking
I was
homeless
like,
man?
either that or it's like somehow someone is communicating with him from the future. I don't know. I didn't really
I
get
was
it either
super
because
confused, dude.
I think it's
it
just
didn't start until later on in the movie when
I,
they met the homeless man.
I think it's supposed to just be to give you that back and forth, like, is he crazy or is everything the movie's shown you about him
Yeah,
being
yeah,
from
yeah.
the future and all this real? And then so like that's supposed to be more on the side of like maybe he is crazy, especially
Right.
because it almost seems like every time he's hearing that voice and stuff like that, he is leaning more towards the side of that, and especially
Mhm.
like then there's the whole part where he legitimately thinks he is crazy.
Right. That
So
makes
yeah,
sense, I guess.
I thought that was all. I thought that was all cool. I liked how it then flipped when he comes back the third time. It's like he's accepted that he's just insane.
Yeah.
And what's her face? I keep forgetting her name.
Catherine.
Yes,
Kathy.
she's literally like,
Patty.
no, look, we have proof of everything, and like
Mhm.
this kid that was supposed to be dying in a well was actually just hiding in a barn, like you said.
What a little jokester him and his friends are.
I
I,
know,
feel like I
right?
could see y'all doing that, but like now,
Oh
like
my
as
God.
27-year-olds.
I'm
Matt's
this age.
just like chilling in a well somewhere, but
Jesus
like y'all
Christ.
forget that he's supposed to be in a barn. So he's
Whoops.
inside the well.
I
I could
wouldn't
like
put it
totally
past
see
me.
that. But yeah, so I think it was one of those things that I guess you just blame it on older movies just not having like the technology that you have today.
Hmm.
Because I remember in the beginning of the movie where he's technically supposed to be time traveling. I didn't realize it at first. Like the first time he time travels, he's just sitting in the chair with that ball of TVs in front of him
Hmm.
where all the
That thing was fucking
really
cool.
aggressive
That
doctors
thing
are
needs a
talking.
name.
I think like those doctors were like way too aggressive. Like the way they were speaking to him, I'm like, dude,
Hmm.
Well, he is a
like
convict, right? They were like,
Yeah.
I guess, but like
like you
they're
fucking
still
piece
like
of
they're
shit.
doctors. They're
Go
not
back in time for it.
cops. Like I just I don't know. I was like they're being really aggressive for no reason. He's
It
tied
also
down.
it also seems super stressful to be being like borderline interrogated and you're just in a chair that's like suspended on the wall.
Yeah. But I did find it weird like in the beginning when he time traveled, like all it did was fade to black and then it said 1990 or
Hmm.
whatever. And I guess my brain didn't like compute that that was a different time than what they were currently in. So I didn't realize he had time traveled until like things were happening and then I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, he's not there anymore." Like I was really confused because later on in the movie they show him like physically time travel.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Why wouldn't they do that in the beginning so we know
Right.
what's happening?" But I was like, whatever, they have a vision. I'm gonna let them play it out. I also didn't understand why so much drool had to happen. I
They're
don't know why.
drugged
I
up.
guess I don't like drool, I guess. So like I kept seeing like the spittle just coming down from his mouth and I'm like, why? Why is it necessary? Like I just don't get
They had
we get it.
they had to be on drugs to watch TV.
But like I don't think you had to drool when you're on drugs or like that excessive of amount of drool. It was
There was a lot of drool.
ridiculous. I that was the one thing I think that bothered me the most because it's like when someone like sneezes and you see it, it's just like I don't want to
Ugh.
see this right now, and we're
Mm.
just focused on it, and I hate that. So that was something that grossed me out. I wasn't super a fan of that.
Yeah, but thankfully, almost every time that was happening, Brad Pitt was just acting like a complete insane person, just jumping on. I like, I like how when he wanted to go sit down next to Bruce Willis, he just like takes that guy's what is it like his hat or something, and he just fucking
Oh,
just
and he
throws
goes
it. He's like,
fetch.
yeah, he's like fetch. And like the doctors at this place, can you imagine like working at this asylum? You just like fucking Brad Pitt's at it again, man. Like
Yeah.
he's jumping on shit. He's like throwing papers everywhere. So
What you wish if you were not wish because I guess you don't want to wish you're in an insane asylum, but I like to think if I was ever put in an insane asylum, I would be that person that has like that cool like friendship with the nurses and stuff to where I can like act a fool and then they'll just sedate me, but we're all like chill after. Like they're like, "Oh, that's
What the
Bailey."
fuck?
You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, Bailey's at it again." And so I can just like get all of it out. You know,
Jesus.
I just like to think that that's how it would be for
The
me.
type of
that's probably
insane
yeah.
insane gal you'd be.
I
That's
guess
funny.
if you know, if you had to, like, enjoy it,
Yeah, why not? I
live
mean,
life to
dude,
the fullest. So
absolutely.
I just would like to think that. But other than that, I mean, I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was weird and crazy and fun and too much like real life
Hmm.
currently. Wasn't expecting it to be that much like what we went through, but it was pretty spot on. So, like the whole when they talked about it as in like, oh, we had no clue this was going to come. Nobody thought anything of it. Just people had a fever one day and I was like, "Oh my god, this is I don't like this."
Yeah,
This is COVID.
I'm not gonna lie. When kind of in the '96 timeline, when they're like he's really trying to convince her, and he's like saying like, "Look, in a month you'll believe me." When everyone just starts dying from this weird
Mm.
fever, and like my brain just starts thinking like, can you imagine like going back in time like a year? I mean, a year ago now would
Yeah.
be like we know what COVID is, so it's not as
But
far
would anybody
fetched. But
believe you?
right, and like especially if you went back like a year and a half ago or 2 years, it's just
Hmm.
like the world's gonna get locked down and like we're gonna have just in America alone over 400,000 people die from this
I
thing.
mean,
It's like it's just one of those things where obviously this is a sci-fi movie. It's unrealistic, but time travel
but not
in
that
general.
real right. But
But
other than that, it's
it's
not
just
that
it's
unrealistic.
I like when movies take like an interesting like psychological idea like that, and it's like fuck, like no, nobody's gonna believe you.
I
Like there's
definitely
no
think
way.
it was one of those things where I found myself thinking about it a lot where I was like if I for some reason me out of everybody was forced to go back in time to
Jesus.
warn everybody about this. I think people I like if I told y'all 2 years ago, like, hey, there's gonna be a pandemic that like puts us all in lockdown. Like, would y'all believe me? No.
No.
Y'all didn't believe me when I was those years. I was just telling y'all something bad's gonna happen in 2 years, but like
Don't.
I was just talking out of my ass. I just like wanted to freak everyone out.
Jesus.
And now I regret it, but I kept saying that, and everybody thought I was full of shit. So like, if this was real and I was really coming back to tell y'all
We'd be
about this,
screwed.
y'all would be doing the same exact thing.
Now you know how
And
Yep.
Bruce
I would
Willis feels.
probably just be like, you know what? Whatever. I guess it's okay. I'll just let it happen. That's why you don't send me.
Yes.
That's why you would have failed the mission. You wouldn't have gotten a
Exactly.
pardon. Nothing.
I would have gone back in time and I've been like, all right, so what are the stocks I should invest in?
Oh my god. The fucking stocks, the stock market.
AMC, baby.
Things are happening. Things are
I'm just
happening.
messing.
Dude,
But
have you
yeah.
have you seen the After Hours then? Not looking too hot, bro.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh God. All right. Well, I guess that can kind of wrap up our little discussion. Before we get into the stuff after, though, I forgot to do the whole little spiel about following us on social media in the beginning. So
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell it before we end the show, so y'all are forced to listen to me. Just kidding. But so if you want to follow us on anything, there's only 2 places you can follow us, and it's on Twitter and Facebook. Twitter, we're at Again Press.
Nope, not Facebook.
Oh, Instagram. My bad. My bad. It's Insta, not Facebook. Still, Facebook, it's an illusion. We're not even
We
going
don't
to
fuck
be
with that
involved.
yet.
So Twitter, Again Press, at Again Press. And then on Insta, we are Press Play Again, because that is our name. We are Press Play Again. And we will be posting this movie thing that we do every Thursday morning for your entertainment, except we're also going to have a special episode next week. It's going to be on Tuesday morning. We're going to discuss that new movie coming out with Denzel, my boy Denzel, and Remy Malik. I can't remember the name of it. Little
He's
Things.
in it?
It's the
The
Little
Little
Things.
Things.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
Yeah,
he was
Remy
in it.
Malik's like the cop in it. So we're going to discuss that, and we're going
Okay.
to post that on Tuesday morning for you guys. And then on Fridays, we have a little special thing we do too, where we're talking about all the TV shows that are coming out, discussing the episodes, because we just like love to watch shit. So WandaVision right now is what we're doing, and those episodes are posted every Friday evening for you late night guys, and gals, and anyone really. So yeah, that's what's going on with us. Back to what we were gonna be doing anyway. So we need to talk about what we're gonna do with not rating, because we don't really rate shit. We just say if we like it or not. So we're gonna start with Omar since he has the most controversial take.
It's not controversial. I
I'm
fucking
kidding.
hate-
I'm
nah.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, listen. Once again, like I said, I wouldn't recommend this movie. I need to watch it 1 or 2 more times. I still think I'm not going to fully understand it, but I think I'll have more of a grasp on actually what happened. And I think more of it was the fact that I had no idea what I was walking into, and the entire time I was watching it, I was literally just thinking what I would do in that case, like in that scenario if I was sent back in time. And obviously, just like you two guys, I was relating it with COVID, so my mind was just like in so many other directions. So I think maybe I missed a lot of what actually happened in the movie because of that. But no, I really do want to watch it again. I think the whole universe is cool, and I really do want to watch the TV show too, just to see like their take, and especially since you guys said it was a bit more recent. I'm sure like with the tech and everything, maybe it'll reach out more to me or like appeal more to me. So we'll see.
I feel that. So no recommendations for anyone. Omar's saying screw you guys. No.
He's looking out for
No, I'm messing. Okay, Matt, your turn.
you. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie 12 monkeys out of 12.
Damn. 12 monkeys out of 12. I
So
heard
you went
that's
from
pretty
muffins
good
to
monkeys.
monkeys.
Yeah, I went for
Damn.
muffins. For the it seemed appropriate.
Is it 12
Absolutely.
monkeys in a barrel though? I'm
They
not
are.
letting that joke die.
They're locked in the barrel.
Okay, sweet.
No, I really did
You
love this
really
movie.
like this.
I did. I thought it was weird, and I love weird shit. I love when the
does
movie's
like
like
weird
designed
shit.
to make you feel kind of uneasy and just like you're losing your mind. And I feel like especially the first half of this movie was like totally doing that. So many, we talked about it, but so many like lopsided camera angles and weird like zoom in shots and just everybody like totally acting a fool. It was awesome. I do think the plot's kind of, it can be confusing if you're not, following along or smart.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Omar. I was confused too.
Shots.
I think like obviously as a movie you should watch a couple times if you want to, but or to get more out of it anyway. Like I said before, I think if I watched it again right now, there's more stuff I'd catch, and more dots that I'd connect. But I really like the story. And I like we talked about this too, but to just bring it back, like I like the more unconventional ending, especially for a movie of like around this time, you know, to not just have a happy ending, and for it to more just be like, this is this loop of this man, like his life is him being a kid in an airport and watching himself die. I feel like for that to be kind of the final realization of it. We didn't even talk about, but
I've such a problem with kid actors lately. I thought that kid sucked.
Oh my
how did he
goodness.
suck? He didn't even do anything.
That's the thing. Like he was just like staring at everything. And I'm just like,
Oh
okay,
my
just like
God.
show some type of emotion in your face. I
Aw.
don't. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I-
But whatever. Apparently, I have a problem with kids. I don't know.
I really liked that because I thought that he was just like the idea of watching the older version of yourself die. It's almost
He
like
didn't
a
know it
very.
was him.
I
Oh, yeah.
know, but it's like you have this weird connection of like, you know, it's not, you don't know that it's you, but you are like riveted by something happening right in front of you
Right,
at this
right.
airport, and it's like, and the fact that it is you. I mean, obviously, I don't know what that would be like.
No,
I
no,
hope I
get
never
what you're
do.
saying.
But
I
but
don't
yeah.
think it will happen.
But
I don't think you'll die in front of your younger self.
I have this weird memory from when I was a kid.
Oh, here we go.
When
Shut
I
the
was
fuck up.
yeah, I
dude.
was
Are
at
you
a
inside of a well?
I was at a I was inside a well pretending. But no, I just liked how it ended like that. I liked how it was ambiguous, and yeah, I don't know. I would recommend this to anybody that I know that likes weird shit like this. But
Right,
I do
yeah.
agree with Omar that like would be a hard sell to like, if I was like telling like my dad to sit down and watch a cool movie. It's like, I know this is a movie where when it ends, he would be like, "What the fuck, son? Why did we watch this?"
My dad would just like it because it's Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh, that was good." I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh." I'm kidding. My dad's not an idiot.
Oh, but what I was trying to say before was I do think it's crazy like when you see the ending play out, and she is like holding Bruce Willis's dead body or whatever, but she makes eye contact with the kid, and she just kind of realizes that like all along
That she slept with him.
that too. But
I thought that was weird.
Man, you really don't like this fucking kid, huh?
No, I'm kidding.
but I do think like her like just locking eyes with him, like I something about shit like that just gets me, and so like I think that was just kind of just like this crazy connection to like loop it all back to
I
that.
get that.
And like her realizing like he's dead, but he's also, we're at this moment where this like he's just a young boy and his life is still kind of ahead of him, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
But she'll
I like
be in
shit like that.
prison, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's
But
fucking
no, I
dumb.
totally get what you're saying. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you loved it. As for my take, I think if I'm rating this on candy and popcorn level, I'd probably give it a solid snow cap.
Those are good.
Huh?
And I
A
love
what?
snow caps.
Don't even say anything else. She loved it.
Wait, what the hell's a snow cap?
You
You
know,
don't.
those little chocolate.
Oh,
They're like chocolate chips, but they have little white.
they have little white dots on top of them.
Yeah, it literally looks like a snow
You get them
cap
in a
mountain.
box from the movie theater. They used to be my favorite.
Okay.
Omar, I'll bring you
I'm
some.
gonna buy you some.
All right. I love it.
I
You're
guess
getting-
you're getting 2 boxes.
You're getting double.
But yeah, no, I liked it a lot. I mean, again, it's not my first choice. I like peanut butter M&Ms first and foremost in my popcorn. For future movie references, y'all would understand that. But for now, yeah, snow cap. I think that'd be great because this movie was super fun and super, I don't know, made me think. And I just like the charm of older movies. So hey, what are you gonna do? You know? But yeah, so
Hell
that's how I feel about it. Okay, to wrap this up, Matt, do you
Ooh.
have a pick for our next movie
I do.
on this discussion block?
Damn, let's see.
I'm teetering on the line between 2 movies. One of them I think some of us have seen.
Okay.
One of them I think none of us have seen. But I think
Interesting.
actually
Let's hear him, boy.
Omar might have seen it.
Well,
no, I'm only
maybe
saying
Man.
one.
should you do the thing where like, okay, you hold up like 2 hands and then we pick a hand and then whatever hand that is, you open it and the movie pops. No, I'm kidding. But like it's whatever
What?
hand it is the movie. Like it's like flipping a
Wait.
coin.
So if you're only you're only gonna say one, right? So you're saving
Yeah.
the other one for next time or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna save the next
Okay,
one for
okay.
like when this podcast has been like super successful and we've looped
Oh,
back around
absolutely.
back to sci-fi. Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
Futuristic sci-fi.
Yeah, futuristic when we get back to that specific genre.
All right.
Sweet.
All right, no, I've decided I'm picking High Life. Robert Pattinson.
Never heard of it.
Okay, you were the
Oh,
one.
oh.
He
You
hasn't seen it.
you were the
I've
one I
seen
thought
it.
might. Oh, you have seen it, Bailey?
No, I haven't. I thought I had for a second, and then I thought about it. I was like, wait, no, I haven't. So never mind.
For some reason, I thought Omar might have seen it. I figured me and Bailey hadn't seen it, and
Mhm.
it's a movie I've like wanted to watch a couple times. I've heard pretty good things about it.
Okay.
But so, and I've just been
Awesome. I'm excited, dude. No, I haven't
Hell
seen it
yeah.
yet.
hyped for
Let's
Robert
get pumped for
Pattinson lately.
let's get pumped for Batman.
Hell
For
yeah.
real.
Oh my
though.
God.
Like any
yes.
Robert Pattinson movie right now.
For everybody out there that wants to follow along and watch it with us, it's on Amazon Prime Video, so you don't have to. Well, if you don't have Amazon, then I don't know.
Then
You're
just
screwed.
ask someone, a friend or a family member,
Yeah,
take theirs
somebody.
for the night.
You know somebody that has it. But
Yeah.
yeah, and if you have any type of comments, little reviews, little questions for us to talk about in the next episode, just leave them in the comments on this video, and we'll take a little gander at that before we record the next one.
Hell yeah, literally anyone. Just say something. We'll say it.
Anything,
promise.
please, somebody. Do
But
we
yeah, well,
exist?
sweet. So High Life. High Life is next on the little docket for us. I'm excited. I can't wait. So yeah, this has been fun. I really liked our little takes on this movie. I thought it was nice.
I thought it was an interesting conversation for
It was
sure.
nice to know that Omar hates Brad Pitt.
Dude, I don't
But-
hate him. I understand him. I guess I don't appreciate him enough. That's my
Wow.
bad.
Oh,
That's
he'll
my bad.
teach
But
you.
I do feel like I have a new connection with the man after seeing his ass for a good 3 minutes. So
Hell yeah, who wouldn't?
appreciate it.
When you see a
Gotta
man's
appreciate
ass for,
that ass.
for that long, you know
Instant
him like your own
connection,
papa.
Like your own papa. All right. Well, this has been fun, guys. We will see you on the next ride.
Woo.
Next ride, baby.